Hello dear Causality traders, I hope you're good. As you know, this channel was always focused on markets, to explain how forex markets actually work behind the curtain. And you find a lot of content on here you don't find anywhere else. Live analysis, live trades, market overviews, MK block summaries, etc. But as I've said before, it's time to widen also the number of topics surrounding trading. So today I would like to talk about the topic of your lifestyle. So what am I referring to here? Well, to make a long story short, we know that forex is open from Sunday night to Friday night. The market doesn't close at night like the stock markets do. That means we have a lot of screen time, we sit a lot in front of the screens, and of course at the end of the day it's a mental game. So it's very, very important and necessary that apart from taking trading seriously as a business, you have your whole lifestyle in order. And what do I mean? Today I would like to focus on these two particular points. And I experienced what happens if you do not take care of your balance, because during my career I burned out several times, and until I learned that it's important to take into account all the aspects of your life. So let's talk about physical health and mental health, okay? So what are we talking about here? Sports movement. You need to have some kind of workout routine. Whether it is jogging or going to the gym or weightlifting or playing basketball or soccer, whatever it is, you need to make sure that your body moves enough, because sitting is very bad for your health. So make sure that you have your routines in place. It's important also for your psychological health. It's all connected. Do not take it lightly. Make sure you get enough movement in the week, especially after a session of sitting in front of the screens for 9 hours. Make sure to go for a run, at least go for a walk, etc. Sleep, that's very important. You can only perform to the best of your mental abilities if you have enough sleep. Plan your sleep around the forex schedule. If you see that the markets are slow and nothing will happen, go home early, go to bed early, get some good hours of sleep. If you see that there are news in the morning and markets look like they're gonna do a breakout or whatever, wake up early and be on your screens. But make sure that on average you get enough sleep. Most people need around 6-7 hours of sleep. Do not underestimate the bad effects of not having enough sleep over a period of time. You will end up making mistakes, you will end up not being focused. Avoid that. In trading, mistakes quickly cost you money. Diet, food and drink, very important topic. During my career I tried different things. I tried a vegetarian diet, I tried a vegan diet, I tried a carnivore diet that is complete opposite. In fact, I have documented those kind of self-experiments. But whatever works for you, do that. Okay, make sure that you have a healthy diet, that you get your nutrition, your vitamins, your protein, alright? And for example, during the last weeks, for several reasons, I went off a tangent, I ate some burgers, and that's really not good. What happens quickly is, many of us, we start gaining weight. It brings us to a situation where we do not feel optimal. So be very, very aware of these things, okay? Make sure you do not stress eat. Sitting in front of the screen, snacking on snacks you shouldn't snack on, eating too much chocolate, and so on. I have made this mistake several times, and still to this day, I have phases where my diet can be better. But if we want to be at the best of our abilities and we want to be also sustainable in the long term, we need to make sure that we eat good food, okay? Of course, try to avoid alcohol at all costs, Try to avoid nicotine at all costs. Try to avoid drugs at all costs. No question about it. All of these substances can be bad for your psychological as well as physical abilities. Okay. Some other topics I practice. So breathing exercises every morning. I have a certain routine. There are several people who wrote about that, such as Wim Hof and others. Again, do what works for you, but do some conscious breathing. Stretching, yoga, tensegrity. So every morning I also do these kind of exercises. I'm a Castaneda fan, so I do these kind of movements which are a bit like Tai Chi. It's very good for your energy, for your overall well-being. Grounding, tapping, mantras. There are a lot of good techniques. Grounding is quite important, okay? If you can, walk barefoot on grass, in your garden, in the forest. Detox from all the technology around you, okay? From the wireless internet, from the emissions from the screens, etc. Sun and light is a very important topic. Make sure you get some sun. Light is good for you. If you're in the dark all the time, it's not good for your mental state, it's not good for your skin, etc. Fasting. There was a time I did a lot of intermittent fasting. I should really do that again. Trying a 16-17 hour fast. It did me very well. Of course, everybody's different. Just be a bit aware when you eat. Okay, are you actually hungry, or are you just eating to have some fun, etc. I still have to improve that point myself. Supplements. I have a lot of knowledge about supplements. I mean, as a general rule, try to avoid taking anything, and in particular, do not take anything over a long period of time. But there are supplements which may help you to achieve certain goals. In my case, recently I used ashwagandha. It did me very well. But you have to find out what works for you, because everybody's different. Energy work, plate meditation, recapitulation, stalking. Again, there are a lot of things you can do which improve your well-being, and these things here, they go beyond your mental, physical, psychological health. Okay, we're talking also about your energy, your overall abilities, your focus, your consciousness even, yeah? There are many things you can do. I recommend that you look into this and you find what works for you. Okay, let's go to the second big block, mental health. Spiritual practices, whether you are religious or not, meditation is good for you, praying is good for you, having gratitude is important. I have my routines every morning. No matter what you believe in, do some spiritual practice. That's what I recommend. It can be amazing. It can do wonders for you, even in trading. Mindfulness, yeah, switch off, okay? Give your brain a break from all the bombardment of information. In the morning, try to look at, let's say, a hill or mountain which is far away, or the sea, or clouds, okay? Fixate your eyes on something which is far away, and try to not think for a few moments, to switch off that internal dialogue. Downtime, okay, that's very important. If you are a lot in front of your screens and you perform a lot on a mental level, you need your downtime, okay? Also from social media, do not just be on your phone all day. It doesn't do you any good. Make sure that whatever you do gives you a break from things, and reduce your perspective. Family, friends, partnership, very important, okay? To spend time with other people. I mean, in my career there were periods where I was on my own for weeks and weeks. That's not good for your mental health, generally speaking, okay? Make sure that you do something with other people, whatever that is, whether it's music or sports or meeting up or going for a coffee, whatever you like. I mean, do that so you get a bit of distance to what you do all day. Nature and pets can be a beautiful thing. Okay, connect to nature. Go for a walk in the woods, in the park. Go for a swim if you can. Do all these things, okay, to connect to nature. We are human beings. For a long period of time, we were running around in the woods. We were not designed for sitting 10 hours in front of the screen and just using our brain. So in 2023, we need to make sure that we still connect to the environment we were designed to be in. Humor, music, learning, traveling, charity, etc. Do not underestimate the importance of these things in your life. Okay, laugh, have a good time with friends, listen to music, read books, try to learn new things, travel when you have the time. Do some charity, okay? Whatever that is, whether it's a beach cleanup or helping in the soup kitchen. It will give you a lot of positive energy. It will improve your karma. It will do you very well. All right? So, especially if we are very serious, dedicated traders, if we want to perform in the long term, over years and years and decades, we need to take care of these aspects of our lives. We cannot neglect that and just sit in front of the screen all day. It will not end well. And I'm talking from experience here, okay? If we are to perform to the best of our abilities, and you know how many decisions a trader makes on a typical day, we're talking about hundreds, sometimes thousands of decisions. If you want to minimize your mistakes and errors, if you want to be focused, if you want to maximize your mental abilities, that's only possible if your life is in order. And of course, life has its ups and downs also. And that's all part of it. But have awareness regarding these things. On some days, it's better that you do not trade at all. If you're just completely out of balance, or you're very sad, or something bad happened, most of the time it's a good decision to not engage in trading. Take a break, come back when you have a fresh mind. The game of trading requires you to have this kind of awareness. And also, if you see that markets are slow, there's nothing really happening, there's mixed money flow, there are no real targets, everything is far away, there's no news flow, do not waste your lifetime by just sitting there and observing the charts being in a range and going sideways. Okay, leave the screens, use that time for something else, so that the next day when stuff is happening and moves are happening, you are on point. Okay, you need to manage your resources. And since forex doesn't close in the evening, and often there's action in the Asian session, etc., you need to accept that you can't be engaged in all price action, all moves, but as long as you make sure that you have awareness, and sometimes you decide to stay away from the screens, that is the way to manage the fact that stuff is going on around the clock, basically. Of course, if you see that we are just about to have a squeeze move, or there's going to be a 4-hour reversal, or an MTS is going to be taken, or an OSD is going to be filled, of course, then you need to wait and be on point and also have patience, etc. But what I'm saying is, if you feel that everything is very slow, then do not waste your valuable time, which is a resource, by just sitting there and observing things, okay? Differentiate. Anyway, so I hope you liked these comments, and I hope that you guys make your own plan, you take your own notes, and you design your lives depending on what works for you. Of course, if you trade higher time frames, your screen time could be lower. But the more actively you want to trade, the more you need to take into account those kind of topics. Lots of love.